And there's Liepard. It's good, but it's confusing. Like, it get donked, but like if once you get it out, it's really good. Liepard has 80 HP, and your opponent and his first attack is Silent Claw. This is probably the attack you're only going to use. Your opponent reveals his or her hand, discards a supporter card you find there, and use that effect of that card as the effect of this attack. So it's like a Smeargle, but you discard, but it's an attack, but you discard the supporter, so they could be dead drawing for days. And then the new Klinklang, which is actually pretty good. But at the same time, it's hard because you need to set up the other Klinklang. Its ability is probably the only thing you're going to use, and it's to prevent all damage done to your metal Pokemon by EX Pokemon, and it's called Plasma Steel, which is really good. 140 HP, gets one shot by Hydreigon, but I don't think that's playable. We got Cobalion EX. Its attack is called Righteous Edge. Sorry, I thought it was like One Shot Rage or something. I don't know. And it does 1 metal for 30 damage, and it discards special energy attached to defending Pokemon. So that's pretty good, but normally they won't really play their special energies if they know you're playing that deck or have that card out. And the second attack is actually really good too, and it is a Steel Bullet for 2 metal and a colorless that's 100 damage, bypasses Sigilyph, anything. It doesn't, so you can't hit for weakness with it, but you can bypass anything like Eviolite, everything. It's auto 100 damage. It's kind of like Shred. Then we got Black Kyurem EX, probably one of the top 2 EXs from this set. Black Ballista is probably the only attack you're going to be using, and it's 2 waters, a lightning, and a colorless. And you're probably like, what? That's a weird type. But you're like, no, because you have Blastoise and energy acceleration, and then you can just attach 1 lightning energy. So 3 waters and a lightning on this bad boy. You're doing 200 damage. And since you have, if you do run 1 Silent, which I recommend because of Black Kyurem, or you're running like 4 energy retrieval, so basically you can get those back easily. But be careful when you're playing against Radials, because that really kills it, basically, because it hits for weakness. And normally just stick to your Keldeos, but if you need Black Kyurem just to take those final prizes, then use that. Next is Snorlax. It's actually really good, but it's not good in this format, and I'll just talk about it. Its abilities are Trainer Lock. Well, not Trainer Lock, but it blocks from Pokemon retreating. That's really good, so they have to force them to use a Switch or a Keldeo. But yeah, the Keldeo kind of ruins it. But they can't retreat, so that's actually retreat the Keldeo, which is actually pretty good. So it's kind of a wall, but it has a terrible attack for right now, because nothing's really good in the Plasma set yet. And it's 5 energy, which is kind of weird, but you have to Scramble Switch. And once the next set comes out, which is going to be, makes it even better, because you can Scramble Switch all those energy. And it does 30 damage times the number of Team Plasma Pokemon in play. So if you have 5, you can do 150. Even with Hypnotic Beam, you can do 180 if you have Verbank out, which is actually pretty good, one-shotting EXs. Well, including this, so actually you would do 180. And then Lugia EX. Lugia EX is interesting, but I don't think it's good this format, to be honest, because you can't really there's no other Plasma Pokemon that if you're playing Lugia, this is probably the only Plasma card you're gonna play. Well, including all the other trainers and supporters and energy that goes with it. And its ability is so good, and this is what it is. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by the damage from an attack of this Pokemon, take 1 more prize card. So you can't really poison Hypnotic Beam to kill it, because then you won't be able to you won't be able to kill. You won't be able to take 2 prizes. And the attack is rare. It's really good too. Well, it's not good, but it's good, but at the same time it's not. It's Plasma Gale, dealing 120, and you discard Plasma Energy. Since you only have 4, you're limited, but at the same time you can Colress Machine, so you can get multiples onto it. And yeah. And there's a new... And for supporters, there's Colress. It's shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw a number of cards equal to the number of bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent. It's a really good card, to be honest. I think it's probably one of the best supporters we have right now. But it's terrible early game. If you could play it around right, then you are the opponent, you, are normally just going to draw 4 or 5. But if you play it around right, you're probably going to draw up 5 or 6. But if your opponent is reckless and playing a stage 2 deck, you'll probably be drawing 8, 9, or 10, which is awesome. And then there's a Colress Machine, which is the energy accelerator for Plasma Pokemon. And it's search your deck for a Plasma Energy card and attach it to one of your team Plasma Pokemon, which is awesome. Then we got a reprint of Eviolite, and then Ether, but I don't think it's good this format. It's kind of like Lost Scar. It's like too hyped. But it was supposed to be released last set, and it didn't, so now it's not good because we have other cards that are better. Then we got Poison Hypnotic Beam. Oh no, Hypnotoxic Laser. I like Poison Hypnotic Beam better. And it's your opponent's active is now poisoned. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent is now the active Pokemon is now asleep, which is awesome. You can put it to sleep, preventing from retreat. Doing with Verbank right here is put 2 more damage counters on poison Pokemon in between turns, which is awesome because then you could do 3 damage without attacking. Then we got Plasma Frigate that gives any Pokemon that has Plasma Energy attached to it no weakness, which is interesting. And then Plasma Energy, of course, the energy for Plasma. Then Dowsing Machine, it's Junk Arm. Then Scramble Switch, it's some people got confused. They thought it was like moving any energy, like it's like Shaman. They thought it was the Shaman from last format, like a couple formats ago, but it's not. And switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And then you may move as many energy as to the old active Pokemon to the new active Pokemon as you like. So like for example, you have an active Pokemon with like 4 energy, then you won't have a Mewtwo on the bench. You Scramble Switch into the Mewtwo, then you move all the 4 energy from that old active Pokemon to the new one, which is awesome. And then Victory Piece, really good if you run 4 Skyla, of course, and Recycle. If this card is attached to Victini, and you can attack regardless of the amount of energy attached to it and the energy type attached to it. So you can just do like its attack, intensifying burn, 50 plus 50. You can do that for free if it's on EX. You can do 50 without energy. You can do 100 without energy, even 200 if you get first turn against a Cobalion. And then there's Full Art and stuff like that. There's Shiny Charizard, which is really good, really cool. It's a misprint too. It's like Blaine's Charizard back in the day. And there's a Shiny Blastoise, which looks so cool. I value the Charizard like 40 right now, and then the Blastoise 50. But the Charizard, like, it's really rare to have a normal printed of it, so that like normal one, the Fire Energy for Scorching Fire is probably worth like 200. I could be wrong, but that's a lot. And then we got a Shiny Random Receiver, a golden one, hint hint, Golden Catcher. So I'll see you guys later, and peace.